we got a news alert on the New York Stock Exchange. Bob Pisani's got the details. Bob.
Melissa, just got a statement from the New York Stock Exchange saying beginning on Monday, December 28th, the designated market makers, or DMMs, who are the people who are responsible for maintaining markets to buy and sell stocks, will be going remotely again and leaving the floor. The floor brokers, who are the people who have orders to buy and sell stocks, will continue to work on the floor. This is really a sign of the times. It's not terribly surprising. We've seen an increase in COVID cases recently. Of course, there's been a couple of new COVID cases on the floor recently, and I think out of abundance of caution, they are moving those DMMs to remote locations. I don't think this is going to make much of a difference at all in the trading activity. The NYSE floor has only been about 25% of its prior strength, even throughout the last several months. They've been going through split shifts on the floor, so the staffing on the floor is still fairly thin. I think the important thing here is it's sort of open-ended right now. They haven't announced when they're going to bring them back. Obviously, they're going to wait for a vaccine and to see if the current outbreaks, or the severity of the outbreak, drops a little bit. Melissa?
By having these folks stay at home, Bob, does this get the NYSE back to pandemic staffing level lows?
Well, the NYSE is essentially working remotely. The staff of the New York Stock Exchange,
I mean, in terms of the ones on the floor, working on the floor.
Yeah, well, as I said, there's only 25% of the number of people who are working there compared to a year ago is only 25% what it is now. So it'll probably go down to even half of that level at this point. But again, it doesn't change the obligations of the market makers. They're working remotely, and their obligations to maintain fair and orderly markets are still there. One of the great things that's happened here, Melissa, is that the DMMs have been able to work remotely. The system actually has worked very well, the technology around it. So there's been not a lot of glitches. The problem is just there's a belief that having people on the floor interacting, particularly around things like IPOs, adds value. It's part of the NYSE business model. It's not there as a museum, the floor of the NYSE. It's there to make money. And the people who run the NYSE, ICE, believe that it adds value having people on the floor. So I think this is a bit of a setback for them, but it's not surprising. I think, though, overall, they'll still maintain the same obligations for fair and orderly markets.
Unless IPOs start going away, too, in favor of direct listings. But that's a whole other conversation. Bob, thank you.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.